we're going to go back to Jared Isaacman for this segment. He's a philanthropist that we've discussed before on this segment, and he keeps on giving. So we're going to keep on recognizing his efforts. And Daisy just made her entrance. So hang on a second here. Come here. See, the star Daisy. Of the show has arrived. Oh,
she's the best looking one out of the bunch.
Man, you ain't kidding about that. So, but the giving back segment, Jared Isaacman, he started a company called Shift4. They're a payment processing company, and they just recently acquired another company, which is called The Giving Block. Now, The Giving Block is actually a marketplace, a fundraising platform that uses cryptocurrency. So folks that are involved in cryptocurrencies can actually donate crypto directly to nonprofit organizations that are affiliated or listed through the Giving Block. So this being the case, Jared Isaacman wanted to go ahead and get started with something that they're calling Caring with Crypto. So this is a campaign that they've started, and they are trying to raise $20 million in cryptocurrency donations for good causes. And he has actually offered to match 10 million out of his own crypto accounts. So, this is a guy that obviously is a very philanthropic person. He's looking out for what he can do through the efforts of his companies to make a big difference. And this is just another example, I think, of that. And, kudos to the guy. He obviously has a heart for giving. We're going to keep talking about him as long as he keeps making waves, because, it's really what it's all about, right? What are we giving back? How are we helping folks around us? How are we making the world a better place? You can work your whole life. You can save up all kinds of assets. You can have all sorts of toys and all sorts of luxuries and so on and so forth. But you can't take anything with you when you go. But what you can leave behind is a legacy. And, a guy like this is going to leave behind a legacy. He's already got a legacy, and it's very impressive. This is a young man, but obviously giving is an important part of what he does. It's an important part of living with purpose and meaning. And we're big believers in that here at the Purposeful Podcast. So once again, kudos to Jared Isaacman.
Yeah, let me jump in there real quick.
Yeah.
Because we say these numbers, and I just want people to grasp that. You just said he will match up to $10 million. And that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, think about that. Obviously, the guy's done well for himself. Kudos to him. That's the system we live in. But he feels an obligation to give back. And 10 million is no small number. I'm sure there's other items he does to give back. But good for him, man. That's awesome. That's going to change a lot of lives.
It is. Well, and he's a history making kind of guy, right? He's one of the first guys, one of the first civilians in space. This is aiming to be the largest cryptocurrency campaign of its kind, and it probably will be. And it's a great place to start. But it reminds me of something that I learned every Christmas growing up as a kid, right? That it's more of a blessing to give than to receive. That's a piece of wisdom that you don't hear that much anymore, but it is so true. I mean, you want to try it out. how about this? Go out and get yourself something nice that you have had your eye on for a while, that you really like, that you really want. And then put a little note in your journal or your diary, or start one, about how that made you feel. Yeah. Take the same exact amount of money and go find a good cause and do something for someone else with that. And then right there in your journal, write it down. How did that make you feel? And think about it, and such a simple act, even if you do something as simple as, 20 or $30 for a meal, it'll change the way that you think about how you manage your money and what you're doing with your time and your resources.
Yep.
So again, kudos, Jared Isaacman. You are the star of our Giving Back segment for this week. So way to go.
The Purposeful Podcast.